2005 Dodge Magnum, stuck in park. We've all seen the videos. The solution very often is this. Inside the shifter, this part breaks and it will no longer shift out of park. There's a metal replacement for this, or you can buy a replacement plastic one. You have to dismantle the shifter a little bit and put it back in there. Now, I tried that and still I have an intermittent problem with the car being stuck in park. If you have the same issue and you've replaced this already, take a look at the brake switch. Quick test for this is if it's stuck in park and your foot's on the brake pedal, if your lights do not come on, your brake lights do not come on, then more than likely the problem is this. So this is the brake switch. You can see how the plunger sticks forward and makes contact with the brake arm, or the brake pedal arm I should say, and as you put your foot on the brake, this plunger is depressed and activates the switch, which sends a message to this to unlock the shifter so you can get it out of park. So this may not be your problem, this may be your problem. So I'm going to show you how to replace that. The part is cheap, easily available, Rock Auto, Amazon, auto parts stores, you name it. So let's take a look. I'll show you how to access it without cracking your back, lying upside down in the footwell. Okay, here's how we gain access. So we can remove a couple of these panels and that makes it super easy. You could also lie on the floor and get up under there. I've tried that and it's a neck breaker. So we're going to remove this panel. That just snaps out. This panel, which is large, has 2 screws and some clips and it pops out. So let me show you how we get this done. Let's get your fingers behind there. This has a couple of clips. That comes off. This panel is held in with this single screw, and there's also another screw around about here. So I'm going to take those off and give you a closer look at where they are. And then the rest are just body clips that snap out. Okay, we've got the first screw removed. That was easy after taking off the panel that snaps on. The second screw is underneath. You can see it sticking down right there. So just have to unscrew that. And then the panel is held in with some clips. So this is just to the right of the hood pop. Okay, and now this panel pulls out. Let me put the screw down. Just like this. I'll get some other light in here in a second. And your parking brake release stays attached. So let me get some better light on here. Okay, that's a little better lit, so it shows you the panel just drop down loose out of the way. See that the parking brake release assembly is still attached. So you don't really need to remove this. And if you look in there, you can see the switch right there. So this is the easiest way to access the switch without going underneath and removing the carpet trim and all. So let me see if I can get a light and get the camera in there. The first thing you would do obviously is disconnect the connector that just pops up and snaps out. And then this is actually the new switch. So to remove the original switch, you grab the switch assembly and turn it counterclockwise, maybe 20 degrees, and then it pops out. And then to put it back in, you line it up roughly cocked 20 degrees to sideways slightly. You'll see once you get the switch out the shape of the bracket. And then it pushes in. I had to push on the brake pedal a little bit to give me that little extra space. And then one click to the right and snaps into place. And then the instructions talk about pulling back on the brake pedal to make contact with the plunger so it's set up properly. I didn't have to do that. I pulled on the brake pedal, nothing happened. So let me see if I can get some better light in there and get a close-up. So it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, this is the new switch I put in already. I don't want to mess with it by pulling it out again, but it's pretty straightforward and easy to access through this hole here. So to remove it, I turned it this way. It unclips, just pulls right out. New one pushes in the same direction, and then twist up like that, and it locks into place. Okay, so now to put the trim back in, we pop it back into the snaps and reattach those 2 screws, put that little piece of trim on the side back on, and then we're set. Okay, for this last piece of trim, you see the 2 clips that snap in. Just goes right in here. That's it, just like that. Done deal. Does it work? Does it work? Garage door down, let's see. Here we go. Back in business. Okay, hopefully you found that helpful. It stumped me for a while, especially after I replaced the shift interlock switch, I think it's called. And the problem's only occasional. And then I noticed that it would, when it was stuck in park, and my foot's on the brake pedal, the brake lights were not coming on. So that was the tip off. So if you've replaced the shift interlock and you're still finding it occasionally it's stuck in park, perhaps this brake switch is your problem. Easy to find online and easy to replace, and cheap.